Champions win before the game starts. How to build a winning team in sports, business, and life. Welcome to the Fresh Thinking School of Psychology. Why do some teams win year in and year out, and the majority lose in the game of sport and life? Whether you like it or not, you keep score, and everyone keeps score. But only a few score big, and they enjoy the beauty of life, sports, and their careers. The purpose of the masterclass is to empower you with the 7 C's to build a winning team in sports, business, and in life. The masterclass is inspired by the book written by Jon Gordon with the title, You Win in the Locker Room. First, here are the 7 C's to building a winning team in business, sports, and life. The first C to building a winning team is creating a winning culture. Culture plays a vital role in performance. Winning cultures treat performance as an explicit output and foster an environment conducive to generating the best possible results for employees, customers, suppliers, and shareholders. The second C to building a winning team is to be contagious. Leadership is a transfer of purpose, passion, optimism, and belief. The third C to building a winning team is consistency. If you are not consistent, you will lose your team's trust in you. When you lose trust, you lose the locker room. The fourth C to building a winning team is communication. When there is a void in communication, negativity will fill it. Fill the void with excitement and excellent communication. The fifth C to building a winning team is to connect. A team beats talent when talent isn't a team. The sixth C to building a winning team is commitment. Remember, it is not about you. It is about committing yourself to your team. The 7 C's to building a winning team is caring. Relationships are the foundation upon which winning teams are built, and all great relationships are based on value, respect, love, trust, and care. Let us go through the 7 C's in detail. The first C to building a winning team is creating a winning culture. A winning culture, then, is a culture that sets the stage for positive attitudes, high expectations, and successful performances. A winning team wants to win, prizes winning, and gives their all to win the game. Culture drives expectations and beliefs. Expectations and beliefs drive behavior. Behavior drives habits, creating the future. It all starts with culture. Build your culture up and down. Everyone creates culture. Culture consists of the shared purpose, attitudes, values, goals, practices, behaviors, and habits that define a team or organization. Everyone must align their beliefs, expectations, behaviors, and habits to create the culture and achieve their collective goals. As a leader, your words must equal your actions. Consequently, you must make sure that you go through a self-evaluation process almost daily to ensure that your actions align with your words. You must do what you say and say what you do. Every week, you will face complicated circumstances entirely out of your control. The strategies and game plans are going to change from week to week. In the face of all this, your culture must be the driving force to create the resiliency, toughness, passion, and attitude to overcome the obstacles in your way. For example, if you are looking to build a new culture or transform the one you have, the first questions you should ask yourself are: what do we stand for? And what do we want to be known for? Winning powerfully comes to life when you have people who fit your culture and carry it on. Knowing what you stand for is just as crucial in the business world. When your authentic culture dictates your decisions, you will enjoy sustained success. Knowing what you stand for is important. You will only get one chance at a first impression, and that moment, good or bad, usually sets the tone for the season. Focus on the root, not the fruit. You must fight for your culture and team. We all have those people who naturally gravitate to and love spending time with us. Usually, even the most introverted of us will find ourselves organized by our closest friends or by meeting someone with whom we feel a great connection. The second C to building a winning team is to transfer purpose, passion, optimism, and belief. When one thinks of passion, usually it is the thought of a driving force or motion that takes over. It is one thing that keeps you going, regardless of what hurdles lay ahead, and the fuel that refills your cup when you feel depleted. So, passion is an emotion to be acted upon. Without action, passion yields no fruitful results. So when you have passion for something, you love it even when you hate it. Why is it essential for us to know what our purpose in life is? This personal sense of purpose guides and sustains you daily and through the years. Even when you have setbacks and the world turns upside down, purpose gives you stability and a sense of direction. That's why finding purpose is essential for living a happy, healthy life. A purpose-driven culture stands for and acts on something more significant than its products and services. Purpose can be an organizational strategy and a roadmap to remain competitive in a fast-changing economy. According to the research done by PricewaterhouseCoopers. 79% of business leaders believe that purpose is central to success. At the leadership level, there is a sizable disconnect between how essential purpose is claimed for business and how central purpose is to business decisions. The disconnect and gap demonstrate the optimism and promises leaders to see in being purpose-driven to elevate business, but hesitation to walk the walk and actively embed it into foundational elements of the company, such as organizational decision architecture. Be consistent and be predictable at all the time. As a leader, you must ensure you remain true to your values. Evaluate your communications. Show people what's most important to you. Take command of your emotions. Embody positivity. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Lead from within. When you have a feeling in your heart, it goes to every cell in your body, then outward. And other people up to 30 meters away can sense feelings transmitted by your heart. This means that each day you are broadcasting to your team and how you feel. You are either positive or negative, broadcasting energy, empathy, or passion, indifference, or purpose. Research from Harvard University Business School supports the idea that your emotions are contagious and affect the people around you. Your team is just as likely to catch your bad mood as the swine flu. On the flip side, they will also catch your good mood. And this principle applies to everyone, not just the leader. Know that each team member is contagious and that you share positive or negative energy daily. Great cultures are built with positive, contagious energy. So you and your team must share it. You must decide when you walk into the locker room, the office, or onto the field. You will be a gem to your team or a hefty dose of vitamin C. Will you infuse your team with positive energy or be an energy vampire and suck their life out? Great leaders and teams are positively contagious with a vision and purpose, positive thoughts that fuel them, and emotions that energize them. Great leaders and teammates realize that their attitude affects everyone in the locker room and the building. A powerful way for leaders to be contagious is to share a positive vision and mission with their team. Every team needs a vision and mission to unite them and serve as a North Star to guide them in the right direction. Your vision and mission should be simple, straightforward, bold, and compelling. Research further shows that people are most energized when contributing to a more significant cause beyond themselves. As a leader, you must inspire your team to move beyond their selfish desires and concerns and contribute to a cause bigger than them. When your team has a more excellent vision and purpose, they will play with more extraordinary passion and energy. The third C to building a winning team is to be consistent. If you are not consistent, you will lose your team's trust in you. When you lose trust, you lose the locker room. Be consistent. Consistency knows that the immediate solution might need to be visible. Still, the immediate next steps are always there, leading towards restoration. Consistency is generally improving yourself to become a good match for those you are in relationships with, while distancing yourself from people when their actions become too toxic. It is not just the coaches who must be consistent, but each team member. Do not change with the wind. Instead, be like a strong-rooted tree that does not waver, regardless of what is happening around it. So, be the leader everyone knows they can trust and count on. So be consistent in your desire to be great. The best always has the desire to be great. Your routine and preparation measure your desire. Everyone must team, and the organization must guard against the disease of complacency. It can be very subtle in its early stages. It can go almost unnoticed. Therefore, it is imperative that the organization's leader not allow the seeds of complacency to germinate within the team. You do want consistent improvement, consistent coaching, and consistent desire to be great. The fact is, your past success does not determine your future success. Your future success results will come from how you work, prepare, practice, and strive to improve each day. It is a commitment that the best of the best make every week, every day, every hour, and every moment. So, you must consistently improve if you must win consistently. The fourth C to building a winning team is communication. When there's a void in communication, negativity will fill in. Fill the void with excellent communication. Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is always what it takes to sit down and listen. When you permit yourself to communicate what matters to you in every situation, you will have peace despite rejection or disapproval. Putting a voice in your soul helps you to let go of the negative energy of fear and regret. For example, in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Dr. Stephen R. Covey said, and I quote, "When the trust account is high, communication is easy, instant, and effective," close quote. Communication is the foundation of every relationship. Effective communication builds trust. Ultimately, trust generates commitment. Commitment fosters teamwork, and teamwork delivers results. You have the trust to build a strong relationship with excellent communication. And with solid relationships, you can have a strong team. When you do, you will realize that relationships are the foundation upon which winning teams are built. Communication begins the relationship developing process. The only way to get to know your team is to interact with them one on one. Listening enhances communication. The best communicator is different from the person who is the most eloquent speaker. But the person who listens, process the information, and use it to make decisions is the best in the best interest of the team. An organization is a communicator at their best. The greatest listeners genuinely hear and pay attention to what a person is saying and the message they are trying to convey. When you listen and hear what your team members say, you open the lines of genuine communication and develop a team that is all in. Your team feels heard and buys into your leadership because they know and feel that they are a part of the process of building and sustaining success. To be the most treasured leader possible, you must take the temperature of the room. I'm not talking about what the thermostat reads. I'm speaking about your team's pulse and the building's powerful energy in your leadership. Often, leaders are only concerned with the organization's temperature when things are not going well. Pay attention now to what I'm about to say. It is a big miscalculation to only focus on when things are not going, could be better. Knowing the vibes when things are going well is just as important. As a leader, you can't just speak to other leaders who have a similar vantage point as you. You must engage people closest to your organization's potential challenges. You must ask questions, listen, learn, and then decide how to use the readings to make future decisions. The fifth C to building a winning team is connecting, communicating, and collaborating. A team beats talent when talent isn't a team. To collaborative team members, completing one another is the more important than competing. A great benefit of communicating and collaborating is developing connections between you and your team members. Meaningful relationships are significant and include mutual respect, trust, interest, positive regard, and making the other person feel valued. The key to growing these relationships involves building on elements of honesty and finding commonalities to help create that lasting foundation. Communication begins the process of building trust. Collaboration fosters trust building and enhances relationships, leading to stronger connections between team members. Building stronger connections are crucial because you have a more committed and influential team with more robust connections. A connected team becomes a dedicated, devoted, trustworthy, and committed team. We live in a more connected world than at any time in history. The advancement in technology over the last 30 years has made life easier in many ways. Technology has also made life more difficult in many ways. You have so many different ways to communicate with one another, but unfortunately, we broadly connect less meaningfully. For example, we are designing machines that function like people and in turn are turning people into machines. We live in a world filled with business and stress. So when you are going through life at 120 kilometers per hour, the last thing you must do is connect with people. But it is the most important thing you can do to build a great team. You can start to turn the ship around today. You must be intentional about connecting with your team and creating ways to connect today. When your team is connected, you will see and feel how they treat each other today. You will see players and staff interacting on many different levels. As a result, players and coaches' respect for one another grows, and the other people within the organization will tear down the proverbial walls in which people and departments typically operate. This is one of the leading indicators that you have a connected team. The sixth C to building a winning team is commitment. Remember, it is not about you only. Commitment. It is also about committing yourself to your team. Remember the following timeless wisdom. Commitment mixed with drive and sprinkled with imagination creates sustained results. Stay focused and make your mark. Desire and commitment are the boots that carry you to your desired goals. Ernesto Che Guevara, who was an Argentinian revolutionary soldier, physician, writer, guerrilla leader, diplomat, and military theorist, once said, and I quote, "We cannot be sure of having something to live for unless we are willing to die for it." Close quote. What will help you is perseverance, your resilience, and your commitment. Know and recognize that there cannot be relationships unless there is commitment, unless there is loyalty, unless there is love, patience, and persistence. Promises and hopes to exist only if commitment is made, but no plans exist. To be a great leader, coach, and team member, you must be more than involved. You must be committed. Leaders must self-evaluate, ensure that their level of commitment is greater than that of anyone else in the organization. This commitment will come in many forms. It will help if you committed to doing everything possible to ensure you have created the right environment for your team to thrive, grow, improve, and enjoy the journey. You must be committed to making your team better. You must be prepared to make tough and sometimes unpopular decisions. You must spend time developing your players' gifts and strengths. Everyone on the team and in the organization must see that commitment in your actions every day, 24/7. It can't be a thing sometimes. It must be an all the time approach. You cannot have different levels of commitment based on how well the team is performing or how well an individual is performing. So you must show your team that you are willing to do whatever it takes to help them be the best they can be, regardless of the growth stage. So, for example, suppose you commit to helping each team member be the best version of him or herself over time. In that case, this will lead to more excellent individual and team performance. Commitment is something you should spend more time demonstrating than talking about it. It shows in your actions how you treat people and how you interact with every team member. When you are committed, everyone knows it, and your team feels it. Set the standard. Stop expecting others to show you love, acceptance, commitment, and respect when you don't even show that to yourself. A team feels a leader's commitment when they take the time to serve them. A great coach sacrifices and serves to help team members become great. When you commit, you make everyone better. As a team leader or organization, you must be put in many situations where you must choose whether you will take the fall or pin the blame on someone else. The only option for leaders who serve their teams is to take responsibility for everything that happens on the field or in the ultimate commitment, which is sacrifice. Build a great team. Your team must know and feel that you will run into a burning building to save them. Great leaders ignore the easy road and build their teams by taking the more difficult path, one that is filled with service and sacrifice. The seventh C to building a winning team is caring. Relationships are the foundation upon which winning teams are built, and all great relationships are based on value, respect, love, trust, and care. Too often, you underestimate the power of a touch, a smile, a kind word, a listening ear, or an honest compliment, or the smallest act of caring, all of which have the potential to turn a life around. Caring is a strategy. Know that caring is one of the most excellent success strategies of all. The most influential organizations on the planet care about their stakeholders, about their work, their products, and services which they provide. When you care, you stand out in a world where so many seem like they don't care. When you care more, you give a little more time, a little more effort, a little more energy, and a little more love to the things and people you care about. You may be a good team, but you must care more to be a great team. So care about your work and how it contributes to the team. Care about the people you work with. Care about the mission of your team. Care more about the people you lead. Those who care build great things that others care about. Building a winning team is essential to building a caring culture. To build a caring culture, you must be a leader who cares. When you care, you will inspire others to care. Find ways to extend yourself to others and serve them. Write a note, make a call, go out of your way to serve someone. Go beyond the expected. People know you care when you go out of your way to show them that they matter. Too often we underestimate the power of a touch, a smile, a kind word, a listening ear, an honest compliment, or the smallest act of caring, all of which have the potential to turn a life around. The people around you are the assignments that have been handed to you. Therefore, never forget the privilege of the assignment and never shoot for anything less than an A. Everyone, absolutely everyone, deserves humanity, empathy, and compassion. The closest thing to being cared for is to care for someone else. Caring is the ultimate team building strategy. The strength of the team is each individual member. The strength of each member is the team. People make it complicated, but it is simple. You must care about the work you do. Who you are today begins with what you do today. You must surround yourself with people who care. This life is for loving, for sharing, learning, smiling, caring, forgiving, laughing, hugging, helping, dancing, wandering, healing, and even more loving. You must show your team you care about them. You must build a team that cares about one another. You must show your customers, your fans, your students, your patients that you care about them. You must make caring a strategy and create a caring culture. We stand out and create lasting success. In summary, when you pursue your authentic ambition, you are living to be a beacon of greatness. To succeed in life, you must become a lifelong learner. It will be great and best if you strive to be a lifelong learner. Today, it is easier than ever to become a lifelong learner. The advancements in technology provide many different and innovative platforms that allow us to learn from some of the world's most outstanding teachers and successful people. When you get the chance to be around teachers, experts, and other people in your profession, act like a sponge and soak up all the wisdom you can. Take time to read about successful leaders and what they must say about the act and art of leadership. Seek wisdom, and you must be surprised how it forces you to use your brain power in ways you didn't think possible. Challenge yourself and take your time when you are learning something new. The minute you think you know it all is the moment that you stop growing and improving. Kind people are gentle and patient with those who need help. Generous people can be present in any situation and offer a listening ear, a warm smile, or an encouraging word when needed. Kindness can come from anyone, not just friends, but also strangers on the street. Without a tapestry of caring, civilization will collapse into a chaotic, every human for themselves battlefield. Kindness gives hope to those who think they are all alone in this world. Kindness is seeing the best in others when they cannot see it in themselves. Kindness is something anyone can give without losing anything. Kindness is not what you do, but who you are. Learning never exhausts the mind. For the things we have to learn before we can do them, we learn by doing them. Learning is not attained by chance. It must be sought with order and done with diligence. Learn from seeds. Seeds don't die when you throw dirt at them. Seeds grow. The beautiful thing about learning is that nobody can take it away from you. Signing off, Dr. Masasikani Nishakosa, Director of the Fresh Thinking School of Psychology, the Thinking Futurist. Thank you.